This is Tom from the 125 Live TechMates team in Rochester, Minnesota. Our main purpose is to assist 125 Live members with technology. Our YouTube videos and website can be enjoyed by anyone free of charge. Classes and personal assistance are available free of charge for 125 Live social members. Non-members are charged a $10 guest fee. Call 507-287-1404 to join. Now let's get on with the video. In this video, we will learn more about the Apple menu. It's located in the top left corner of your computer's desktop or screen, and it looks like an apple. Click on it and open, and you'll see there's a number of items that you can click on and get into. We'll take a look at them all, but let's take a look at About This Mac, and we'll go from there. It opens a window, tells you your Mac operating system version, information about your computer, memory, processor, and stuff like that. Now, something that's worth getting into a little deeper, though, would be software update. Clicking on there, you can see that I have an update that's available for my Mac OS update, and there's more information, that type of thing. I never do update now, and I don't have, as you can see, I don't have automatically keep my Mac up to date clicked, because I like to review the changes first before I actually do the updates. And sometimes I'll even do a little bit of research on them just to make sure that there isn't something that I want to avoid. Sometimes new releases have some problems in them that I just want to avoid. So it's worth checking it out first. So that's why I have it set that way. If you click on the advanced, there's some options here that are pretty helpful. Real important one is on the bottom. This one I think should be checked as a minimum. If you're not getting automatic updates, click on here and you can be assured that system data files and security updates will automatically be done. And those you want. The reason why we bought Macs in the first place, many of us, is because they're really good on security. If they find anything that they out there that's a threat, they're going to be really quick to make a change to plug it. So you're going to want that one checked. The other options, check for updates. I think that makes sense. It'll automatically do that. Download new updates. Sure, go ahead and check them, check for them, download them. I think that's fine from Apple. And you can click on Install Mac OS Updates. You also click on Install App Updates from the App Store. Again, you can see I don't have those clicked because I want to check them out first before I actually make the updates. If you agree, do that. If you don't, whatever you like, do it your way. That's fine. So if you click on displays, it'll tell you some information about your display. I have a pretty good one. You see I've got lots of pixels on there. That means a really good quality display. Storage gives you information about your storage and how it's being used. I have a 500 gigabyte flash storage. And these days, I think that's the only kind of storage you should have on your computer. The reason being, no moving parts, not as likely to break. Also, it takes a lot less energy, faster, all that kind of stuff, less heat. And it's not worth it to get the cheaper types of storage with the moving parts. And you can see after a little while, it gives me a little bit of a graphic idea of how my storage is being used. And I am using about 10 gigabytes for music and 5.17 gigabytes for apps and that kind of a thing. The biggest area is other. It'd be nice if I'd tell you what that is, wouldn't it? Well, I can tell you what it is, and it's probably a good chance it is on your computer too. I have over 40,000 photos and quite a few videos on my computer, and they take up a lot of storage. And when I look at how much storage they consume, it's most of that other category. And then on the other side here, this is the free storage available. So you can see a pretty good amount, 300 gigabytes plus available. So I should be good for a while as far as not running out of storage. So that's all I want to show you on the about. Let's open up the Apple menu again. System preferences. The nice thing there is it tells me that I have an update. So if I click on it, open it, there's system preferences, and there's a little red circle there with a 1 in there, meaning that there's a software update available. I think we already saw it in about this Mac, what it is. Anyway, that's kind of handy. But look at all the different settings you can get into. That might be a little bit overwhelming for some of you. I know it was for me at first, but the thing to do is just focus on the things that you care about. If there's something on your computer that's not working the way you like, then get into that. And some of these might be obvious, like desktop and screensaver. I think most people understand what that is. Touch ID, I think people know what that is. But if you're wondering and you can't seem to find it, like see printers here and scanners, I think we know what that is. But if you can't, then that's what the search is for. It's pretty helpful. I'll just type in like dock, for example. And there, what it does is it highlights and lists 3 items that are related to dock settings. And the main one, of course, is going to be the dock settings itself. But if I click on it, it'll actually open up dock settings. If I click on the back arrow, it takes me back again. I can choose a different one, like maybe Siri. There it is. Go back, that type of thing. So use the search to help you find things. I can exit out. So let's go back again. We'll look at the next item, which is App Store. And see, it says 4 updates available. So I'll click on there. And you can see the 4 updates that are available for my computer. And I don't use GarageBand, Keynotes. I use Numbers and Pages though, so I'm probably going to want to get those updates. It'll give you a little brief description about what's changing. And if you want to know more, just click on the more and it'll tell you a little bit more about what's changing. So next is recent items. This is something that you might not be using that you might want to consider. It has a couple of sections in it. The first one is applications. So this is the recent applications that you've been using. And you can see they're listed in alphabetical order. And then documents. And again, you can see they're listed in alphabetical order. All recent. I've not seen servers before. And then there's clear menu. If this gets to be too busy and you want to just clear it out, start over with a fresh list, you can click on there. I find it useful for documents. I quite often get into lots of different spreadsheets and word processor documents and various things, as you can see. And if I get to where like a lot of times when you're trying to do things, you get inspired about after you closed it. You go, darn, I should have changed or I should have done such and such or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. And this is an easy way of finding it again without having to literally get into Finder or some other way to find where you were before. So you might want to take a look at that. That could be helpful. I'm going to click on Clear Menu just so you can see what happens there. You guessed it. It's empty now. The next option is Force Quit. Basically, if an application is misbehaving, looping, stuck, or whatever else, or maybe you have something that opened up, you don't trust it. force quit it. Don't touch it. That's fine. Sleep. That's something that's useful on a desktop, I think, more than on a laptop. If I want my laptop to go to sleep, I'll just close it. So if you're dealing with a desktop, sure, it might be handy. Restart. That can be used sometimes if things aren't quite working right on your system, do a restart. It's amazing. You don't know what it was, but now it starts working again. Like maybe it got a little slow or something. So a restart can help you there. And then sometimes when you're doing updates, they require a restart also, but they'll usually do that automatically for you. Oops, I tapped on something by mistake. And nice that it says, do you really want to restart? No, I didn't. So I'll click on cancel. Let's go back again. Shut down. That's what it's for, shutting down when you're done. That's what I usually do when I'm done working on my Mac. I like to actually shut it down rather than leaving it still awake. I figure that's safer. If you're like me, you can do that. I click on there, and again, it says, are you sure? I like that. Because no, I didn't want to. Let's click the menu again. Lock screen. I don't want to do that. I can't remember. However, I gotta say that could be useful if you're in an office setting, right? You might be walking away from your laptop or your desktop or whatever it is to go to the restroom or get a cup of coffee or something, and you can lock the screen so that people can't get at personal information and sensitive information, that sort of a thing. And the last thing is log out. And on a multi-use system, like you might have at work, or maybe some families, if you got one expensive fancy computer and several people use it, and you have several accounts, then you log out when you're done. In this case, a single user computer is not a factor. So that's it on this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you still have questions, send us an email with your name, phone number, and a brief description of your question. Personal assistance is available free of charge for 125 live social members. Non-members are charged a $10 guest fee. If you aren't already a member, call 507-287-1404 to join.